Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to another episode of TNTR. Today we've come up the River Tyne, scratch out a small flounder. Right guys, I've literally forgot my lead weights I use for the river in the van, so I'm going to cast this out and I'm going to go get them. So I'm literally going to chuck this out about 20-30 yards, if that. Here we go. Now that's settled there. The tide's flooding, tide stage at the minute is, I think it's about an hour after low water. And it's racing in. Tides aren't small, they're pretty decent size. So if there's going to be fish, there'll be fish the other day. I have heard off the grapevine though, my friend Lenny Davies, I'll put his shop up there, Lenny's Tackle from South Shields. He's saying it's been fishing really well up the river. So I've come to the British Airways. I was going to go to Marsden, but when I went there it was just full of rock. Now it's all the sand's moved. It happens now and again, obviously after season, the winter season, so I'm going to give that a miss. The conditions weren't the best either. There was a little surf on, but I prefer there's a little bit more movement there, so I'm going to leave that for another time. So that's why I've come here to British Airways. So right, I'm going to go get that lead weight. That's my first cast, guys. I've literally can't even bait me set rig up here because I'm getting a bite. It's literally been in the water a couple of minutes. Could this be the first fish of the day? Yes, it is. And there we have it, lads. And lasses, I should say. A River Tyne flounder, first cast. So I've just got back to the van, and the lead weights I use are basically just watch leads, or like a bucket lead shaped sort of lead. Now, a lot of these leads now, they're all coloured. I mean, that one's red, that one's luminous, and the only one I really rate is the luminous one at night. But all the other colours, I don't think it really makes any sort of difference. I think it attracts the angler more than it attracts the fish. Just getting a little bite there. So, personally for me, I do like using coloured leads, but that's only because when I put my rig down and I lose my rig, the lead weight might help us find my rig like. It's the only reason why I use them, apart from obviously the luminous ones. Now, I think they're brilliant for dab fishing and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if you can just see that there. Getting a little touch. So the rod and reel I'm using today, well, I'm using my favourite scratching rod. It's the Graphics Tip Tornado Ultralight ST. And that's paired up with a Shimano Ultegra 14,000. Now, the 14,000 is loaded with, I believe it's 15-pound trilene, and I've got a tapered lead of 20 to 60. But I've cut the 60 down to a little bit less. I'm not power casting or anything like that. I'm literally only 20-30 yards out. So I do prefer using mono when I'm scratching for fish like this instead of braid. Plus there's quite a bit of current there. I think if I was using braid, I'd be right up the river. But this rod's got brilliant bite detection. Like, I love it. This is the type of fishing I love of it. I like using my LD on the beaches when there's a bit of a surf on, because it's just that little bit more stiffer on the ultralight. I haven't seen any other fish coming in yet. Just that one fish I've had. But the weather is quite nice. It's overcast. Now, I prefer it when it's overcast than when it's sunny. The fish seem to want to feed a little bit better than they do when it's sunny. Got a bit more confidence about them and stuff. I just hope the rain keeps off. It wasn't forecast rain, but it was trying to drizzle before. So my target is obviously a flounder. There's always a chance of an eel or even a smelt. You get the odd small codlern and whiting and odd tiny cory up here. But it's mainly flounders, smelt and eels. Bait I'm using today is just sticky blacks tipped off with a bit of mackerel. And they're on a size 2 Camazan hook. Now the thing about flounder fishing, you always want to match the hook, the size of the hook to the size of the fish you're fishing for. Now today, I don't think there's going to be any big fish, to be fair. This time of year anyways, March time. I think they're all going to be like postage stamp small flounders. So I'm opting for like a size 2. If there was bigger flats, I'd maybe just go up to a size 1, even a 1/0. So I'm getting a little touch there again. I've just missed a bite before. I'll let this one develop. I'm using a 2-hook flapper, nothing clipped down, plain simple rigs. No flashy beads or sequences out like that. Plain Jane. Well, I'm on my 4th cast day now. I've had 2 bites, one which resulted in a fish first cast. Missed one, then nothing since. So I'm going to start putting the lead a little bit further out into the channel. Whereas my other rig which I've got in baiting up, I'll have a lighter lead on. So then my next cast, I'll be casting like closer in, so I'm rotating me cast, so one further out, and then when I bring that one in, one close in, just to see if I can find the fish. Again, there's probably about 8-9 anglers down here, and there's only been the one fish out. It's quite frightening. Thought there would have been a few more small fish, but it's early days still. I mean, high water is about 4:30. So what time is it now? It's 2 o'clock. So prime time's about now, like, personally. Well, I've just been snagged there. Didn't lose a gear, but snapped my hook. I'd rather snap my hook than out else. So a little bit further out. What? Could this be the first cast curse? Who knows? The water come down before. He's dropped off some ragworm. So thank you very much, Darren. If no one knows Darren, it is Northeast Angling. I'll put his link up. Give him a follow, a like, subscribe, because he's on Facebook, YouTube. Lovely bloke. I've heard a rumour though that he's been to Newcastle to buy himself some high tops with his lass. Don't know if it's true, like, but it could well be, because he loves his high tops, like. Bit of an inside joke between me and Darren, like, because I wear high tops, like, he takes a Michael out of us. So one day he'll buy a pair, like. Hey, it's been quiet, like, been very quiet. Thinking about moving for the ebb, just an hour up the river. Right. Yeah, and a few people talking about there's been a lot of smelt. You normally get them this time of year. I mean, I'll put a photo up. Me and the Bain fished it was a few years ago. We had bags full of them, like. But they weren't small, they were big smelt. So they are about. It's just finding where they are. Easy to catch, just hard to locate. Just talking to one of the lads further down there, Mark from Rigs and Bits. He's just pulled in a rig, and the rig had 2 flats on. Obviously, it weren't on his hooks, or on somebody else's, and the fish had been lying on the other rig for God knows how long. So, how fishy? Where's the fish? Mine, to be fair, I personally like to fish September time, August time. I think a lot of your flounders, they're on the beaches spawning. This time of year, they don't seem to be here in numbers. If they are, they're small. They're not big at all. Up from us, there's a lad here who's fishing. I just says, "Can I just jump on the right hand side here?" He says, "I know," but of course he can. Because the bit I like fishing, you'll see, it's on the corner there. So, in effect, if you're fishing this corner, you've got more stretch to put a bait on instead of being in between people. So, we'll see if that works. I'm going to give this another hour. And then if it doesn't work, I'm going to head up further that way for an hour. So, towards Scotswood. But There's a guy in the bush further up there. He's had a flounder and a codling out and all. So there is fish about, but not many. The lad who I've just come up with, he's just had a small codling out too. It's only small. But it's still to play for. I mean, still got like another hour and a half before high water. So, just got to keep changing my baits, keep plucking away. It's a nice day, like, rain's kept off. That's the main thing. Got my shelter just in case there, but could stay like this and I'll be happy. But I suppose I've never blanked. I've had that one fish out in the first cast. I honestly thought it was going to be a bit of a manic session when I had that fish out. That's why I never really put it on camera. But we'll keep on trying, keep plucking away. Tell you what, it took a while to get me second fish, that's for sure. Turned cold and all. I think this is a flounder. Yep. So you can see there, it's took the mackerel and the blacks. And it's not deep hooked either. It's only just in its mouth. Got small but very welcomed. There's been a couple coming in now. A couple of lads further up have been getting them. The lad next to us just had one out there. So they are starting to come, but they're in drips and drabs. Like, it's been a poor day. But we shall give it a couple more casts. There we go. I'll give it a couple more casts to see if I can get another one out. So that's only two up to now. And it's nearly high water there now. It's about half an hour before high water. Problem is though, Newcastle and Liverpool are playing the day. Do I stay out a little bit longer and only catch the second half? Or do I go now, get a quick shower and watch the match? Tiny football in it. Fishing's more important. Tell you what, it's a bit biting it here. Tell you what though, I might be cold, but this is better than a good day's work. A bad day's fishing is better than a good day's work. Hasn't come back that bite. I'll turn the camera around. See, I'm only about 20 yards out there. Let's see what's on here. I don't think that fish is on. I'm wondering if that's just a pinhead whiting. I'm trying for a smelt because one of the lads has had a smelt down there and he's fishing the edge and he had one out. Well, maybe Dave, I got one. It's been a while since I've had a smelt out. Never really targeted them for a long time. I don't know if you've seen that on camera. Brought it in before. I had a pinhead whiting. It just dropped off. It's tiny. I thought it was a smelt at first. Get myself all excited. And it was a pinhead whiting. So I decided I'm not going to go up to that other mark, just further upriver. I'm just going to flog a dead horse here. Yeah, I've got three small fish. I'm going to give it a couple of more casts and then call it a day. Like, it's nice to get out, isn't it? Well, let's get this rig baited up. Well, the TOON have just scored and it's half time, and you can hear Newcastle, the fans at Newcastle jumping from where I'm at. Like, literally, you can just hear them singing. So brilliant, like, fingers crossed we can win the final, like. So, and I think I'm going to make this my last cast, as I'm getting a bite there now. You can see there's a rod there now, but I'll not be stopping much longer. I'm going to have this last cast, then I'll be signing off. But I don't know if you can notice, and all the jet skiers are here and all in the distance here. But so I'm glad I didn't go to that other mark, because that's where they launch themselves. Like, they're a pain in the arse. But you've got to share the river with them, don't you? So they've got probably more right than what we have, being a shipping lane. So you're just getting a small touch, like probably about pinhead whiting. We get loads of bites, and that's what it is, being pinhead whiting, like literally tiny whiting. So we have here a whiting and the smelt, I think. Yeah, foul hook smelt. Double shot though. That was my last cast. However, I'm gonna have one more cast. So I've got a whiting on the top hook. I've got a smelt on the bottom hook. So I'm going to quickly get this other rig cast out, even though I said that was my last cast, but I have baited one up. I'll get that smelt on camera and tell you all about it. 2 minutes. Right, so there we have it. A small smelt. Obviously I've been targeting flounders, but I knew these were about and all. And the thing about these is, if you smell them, they smell like cucumber. Because got a very, very strong smell on them. They're a really good pike bait. You can buy them in the shops, but obviously we'll not keep these because I think they are classed as critically endangered. So, but we've got quite a high population of them in the Tyne. You'll notice they're quite an aggressive fish. Look at the teeth on them. Very, very aggressive, but you'll catch them with bits of fish bait if you ever to target them, and that's a nice size one. So we'll get this one back. Oh. Yeah. Well guys, that's me signing out. I've had 4 fish out the day. Small, but I knew it was going to be tough. I suppose I got my target species, flounder, and also a nice little smelt. Well, I say little, was decent sized smelt. Tiny whiting, 2 tiny whiting. But I knew it, like I say, I knew it was going to be bad. This time of year is terrible. I mean, March going to April's always a bad month, a couple of bad months. But I'm going to pack up now. Newcastle are 2-0 up. It is, I think it's another 20 minutes of the match. I'm going to go home and see the highlights, or see if I can get it on, what do you call it? I've got it on record, like, so hopefully I can watch it. So, I know it's a bit of a crappy video, like, but it's something. So, if you like watching the channel, you know, just please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, you know, and I want to thank everyone again who support us and supports the channel. Really appreciate it. Got loads in the pipeline. Next week, hopefully the weather will stay off and I will be travelling west. So, fingers crossed the weather's going to be alright. So, thank you very much for watching. Tight lines.